Hello YouTubers, welcome to the Blonde Monroe collection video. Right now we just gonna jump right into the video. I will be doing a full soft glam look using my palettes from the Blonde Monroe collection. And right now I am doing my brows. I'm using a NYX eyebrow pencil in the shade Auburn. I normally draw my brows on, even though you see a little bit, they're very thin. I had them about a couple of years ago. I got them microbladed to just appear like I have hair on my brows. So I normally do that every application. Every time I do my foundation, I normally just fill them in. I use an Auburn pencil because I'm always in blonde hair. I've been wearing blonde hair for years now, almost 30 years. And so Auburn is a nice brown. It really complements my skin tone. I know a lot of people use dark, but I use Auburn. Now what I'm going to clean up my brows with is the the LA Pro concealer in beige, pure beige, and it's just a couple of shades, probably 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. So I just like to go in and define my brows. And I know a lot of people now are doing brows without the I would say halo, but for a person that don't really have brows and to do it like this, it really defines it and appears that the person have brows. That look works well with some people, but it just don't work well for me. But when I do my clients, I normally go back over, once I define the brows, I go back over using the foundation that's the color of their skin, at least a tad bit darker than what I use to define their brows. So I'm using that same concealer just to go in and mute out my eyelids, because I'm getting ready to prepare for my eyeshadow palette. I'm using a warm base, I would say a dark, warm, natural, or neutral palette. It is for sale. It is $12 on the Blonde Monroe collection website page. That's www.theblondemonroecollection.com. And I'm going to use majority all the colors in my palette. So they might not appear as vibrant on camera, because again, this is my first YouTube. Everybody didn't see it. It's my first YouTube, and so I am just using what I got. So make sure you, as we are looking at it, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm sorry. I'm new to it, and I just want to show you what I'm doing again. This is me. I'm just doing my own makeup, but I will feature later as I continue to film. I'll be showing you some videos of my clients. I'm also a master cosmetologist, so I've been doing hair for 20 years. So I just added Cosmetic to my line, just another tool to my repertoire. So I like to start on the outer corner using the darkest shade, and I like to go in and I'll do a patting on the eye. I like to blend each eyeshadow into each other. So instead of doing a swiping, I do a patting, and I just start where I left off with the first shade, and then I take the second shade and blend it into the first shade I started, and then I continue on all the way through my eyelid. doing a video is very hard. Like, I've been really working on this, and I'm using my phone. I'm not using all the other gadgets like everybody else uses. I'm using my phone because this is the first time I'm doing this, and normally I use my phone when I'm recording, or I take pictures of my client's hair, or if I'm doing a wedding. I normally have my phone. So that is the lighter shade. I'm gonna put it inside in the inner corner of my eye, just to kind of pop it and soften it up a little bit. So this is a very beautiful look for the fall. My birthday was just on Halloween. Yes, I'm a Scorpio, but I don't go deep over in there no more like that. But my birthday was on October 31st, so this was a look that I was doing to pop my birthday week off. So I wanted something soft and subtle, still edgy, still a beat eye, but not so bold. I just wanted to use my neutral palettes to do this look. So if you see me nodding my head, I'm listening to some 8-Ball and MJG. But of course, you know I have to change that. So this palette right here is a LA Pro highlighter and contour palette. I've had this palette for years. This is my personal palette. So what I'm doing is I'm very frugal when it comes like to tools and stuff like that, and I teach a lot of classes on makeup with my clients and consumers and new beginners in the makeup industry. A lot of times you don't have to start off with expensive brushes. Sometimes you just build. So that white brush you seen was Elf. That was a $1 brush from the Dollar Tree. And I'm in a process of working on my own brush line, but right now I'm gonna use what I can get to. So this brush right here is a blending brush. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've had them for years, so it doesn't have a number, but it is a dense blending brush. And what I did was I just used that, it was like a tannish brown, and I used that to soften up the edges on where I started my shadow. But you're gonna see me go back in with that same dark shadow that I started off with, because I blended it down a little bit too much. Still wanted it to come up a little high, up to the highlight of my brow bone. So yeah, I'm just going in, and again, I'm just softening up the line. And a lot of times what you can do is you can use a setting powder to go in, and it'll soften it up too. So those are tricks of the trade, because I go to hair shows, well, I attend hair shows, I work hair shows, I do platform work, but I go and get educated myself. And again, I'm new to this filming and doing voiceovers. It's not easy for me to do, but hey, I see that you don't have to be perfect to have a YouTube video. So we are positive over here. I just ask for positive likes. If you don't want to like, don't say nothing, but please, we are just doing positive for the year of 2019. Well, ending out the 2019 and going into a new year, 2020. So right there, I was just hollering at my dog, telling him to sit down. So this liner that I'm doing, and I'm going to be honest with you, you have to have a steady hand. For some reason, I don't know, it might be my eyes getting older, but when I try to draw my line using a liner, it don't work. And this liquid liner that I was using, it was by BK. It was dried out. I was trying to use the side of it. It was like one side wasn't catching. I think it probably dried up, and I just had purchased it before I made this video. So those lashes you've seen, let's get to that. Those are called Bossin. Those are a pair of mink lashes that's on my collection that you can find on the Blonde Monroe collection page. And I like boldness. my natural lashes are very thin, like almost none. So I go on, and I love bow. It makes my eyes pop. And normally if I'm working, I don't use these as big. I use something that's a little smaller, not so much in density, but it works well with my eye. You know, everybody can't wear a bold eyelash. I can, you know, so hey, I'm just built up like that. But I also, it's easy for me to use my hand because I've been doing it so long, but I do have a lash tool. I do have a lash tool that'll help you apply your lashes. So right here, I'm very oily. So I try to use all matte products. So that's the Infallible Matte Primer by Loreal. And you see how I just put it on. And normally what I do, I think I did miss a step that I didn't show. Normally, I set my primer. Then I'll go in. But I'm showing you what I'm getting ready to use. But I noticed that I didn't correct. So you're gonna see me color correct. I have acne. As you get older, I think my teenage bumps are coming back for some reason. So I'm gonna go in correct. Also, I have seborrheic dermatitis, so I get it in my face. A lot of time when I'm stressing, my face will flare up. So I'm gonna use a orange corrector. Now, it might look like I'm using a lot, but I'm not. And my undertone in my skin is I have a yellow and I have orange in certain areas. So it's gonna pop a little bit like it's a lot, but it's not. My skin just changes colors. It changes, go through the stages. And they're just part of getting young. So this is right here is an orange corrector. And I just got it from a beauty supply store. I like the little nozzle because it kind of controls how much is coming out. So these areas where I get the flare a bit, where you see I'm pouring that, I get the flare a bit. Now, also that's a bump that, I don't know why that side of my face is keep breaking out. I don't know what it is. But right here, that's where, like I said, the seborrheic dermatitis, it kind of itches, and then it'll all of a sudden like a skin, like it'll flare up and it'll dry. And it's almost like a hardened skin. So I can't just go and peel it up. It has to take its course, almost like it's shedding for some reason. But thank God it don't get as big as it does. But when it come, or even if I get a bump, the acne scar stays. I hate that because I don't have really good perfect skin. But I thank God I have skin. Not that bad. So, again, some products are full coverage, and I do like full coverage. And this is my first time trying. Well, I take that back. This is my second time using this foundation. I normally use like Clinique, or I think I've jumped way ahead of myself. But I'm just blending out that corrector, just blending it out. Letting it dry down some and then blending it out, just so when I put my foundation on, it won't, show so much. It will, it'll blend in. Like I was saying, I like to use a full coverage foundation, and so my full coverage that I'm going to use is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop in Toffee. And I can say I really like it. I really like it. That's my first time ever wearing anything in foundation wise from NYX that was suitable for my skin, looked good, and gave me the coverage that I need. Now again, a lot of time products say full coverage. Most people say, well, you don't have to use, a little bit go a long way. But depending on if you have acne scars or demarcations and stuff like that, you might need to do, have more than just one pump to do your whole face. Again, I'm a full coverage girl. I love full coverage. I want to look flawless. I don't go to work like that all the time because, again, when you're getting younger, your skin needs to breathe. You need, you know, a lot of those things that we use on our face doing makeup, they can break your face out. So sometimes I go to work on probably on Tuesdays. On some Wednesdays I don't wear makeup, but I do wear my eyelashes. Not these right here that you see, the Bossin, but I do wear lashes. Now, what you just see me do, I was setting my primer, but I'm going back in. Now, again, even though I've been doing makeup for a long time, I'm still a student, and I love to sit up under those that have got 30 years or so that are doing movie sets, and they, you know, you learn. And so all foundations don't work together good. All foundations don't work together good. Sometimes it will move the product, so you just have to find what's good for you. Even, you know, when people say, well, I get high-end products, all those high-end, I've used high-end, and it didn't do nothing for me. I know MAC, I can't use MAC. They said that they couldn't match my skin for some reason or another. I don't know. But I've used Estee Lauder foundation, the double wear, and it's too cool on my skin. I don't want to look casket ready. I've used Clinique. I love Clinique, and I'm in ginger, so I do like that. I'm actually out of it. Oh my God! And I purchased last year. I went to a makeup show, and I purchased the Nessa Maverick. Oh my goodness, her foundation, and it is full coverage, and it's thick because it is studio, like cinema makeup. So it gives me what I need, but I have to use 2 to make my shade. But that was fine. It was fine for me. I love the sport. She's black. She have her own makeup cosmetic line, and I love that. So I wanted to support her. So again, I'm using the Can't Stop Won't Stop in matte, and I'm using the brush that I'm using is a dense type. I would say almost like a kabuki brush, but it's bigger. And well, the handle is longer, and I'm just doing a patting motion. I'm patting it into my skin. I'm not swiping back and forth. I'm patting, because again, I don't want to disturb that corrector, because right there by my nose is where my seborrheic dermatitis is really acting up, and so it is fading away on its own, but the skin is still there, which I cannot peel it up. And so if I disturb the corrector right there, it's gonna look like it's a dark spot coming, or I would say like a mole coming through my foundation, and it's not. So that's why I'm doing a patting motion, and learning a lot of times that, you know, most people, how we used to do our makeup, or we seen our mom, them doing their makeup back in the day, they did a lot of swiping and putting it on with their hands and stuff like that. But today you can't do that, because, you know, depending on your skin type. My skin is oily, and also combination. So I got all this going on, and sensitive. So, and I'm constantly touching stuff. So you don't want to, you know, your hands is full of germs. So I just use my brush. And even when I clean my hands anyway. But again, I don't want, a lot of time when you're dealing with makeup like that, almost in a liquid cream, that it'll have the smear marks, and you don't want to see that when you're taking a picture. So that's that. But make sure always you get up under that neck, you blend down, you blend on that neck, so you make everything blend. Now again, my lighting is set very, you know, all the way up, because in my closet / prayer room / makeup room, studio, and all that good stuff, the lighting in here is not that good. So my ring light is turned all the way up. So it might appear that it looks a little yellow on my skin, but actually it blends together. It dries down, and it really dries down really pretty. So that's another concealer that I'm using. Now, it says yellow. So again, remember I told you I have yellow in my skin. So it does not make it, period. It just goes in and really set it, my under eye. I'm highlighting so I can look like I'm up, because again, I just had a birthday, so I just turned another year young. And I am a mother, and I'm a wife, and I'm a business owner, so I do a lot of stuff. And so a lot of times you don't sleep good at night. I need to look like I am up. So I'm having a good time. Again, you hear me, I'm moving around, I'm playing some 8-ball. That's my favorite group, 8-ball, MJG. That's how long, I was out when they first came. I would listen to them when they first came out with Coming Out Hard. So that'll tell you how old I am. That right there. Now what I'm doing, that I highlight it with that yellow concealer, and it's not real light, it's not real yellow. I highlight it up under my eyes, and I'm kind of letting it dry down. Now I use, this is by, if I'm not mistaken, Shea Moisture, and I'm going back and I'm contouring. I'm contouring, because what you do is highlighting brings stuff forward. Contouring is taking stuff back, so it's allowing my face to slender. Even though I'm losing weight, yes I am. I want my face to look snatched, even though I'm doing a natural bead. And you guys, I'm gonna get better as time goes with the lighting. I'm gonna add to. I'm trying to renovate my home, redecorate, do all this stuff, and so now I'm kind of like an empty nester. So me and my husband, we're doing some things. So we like to, we're not, we're based all over the place. Let me just say it like that. So we start in one area, and then I look at one, and so my bedroom definitely needed some TLC, and I just wanted, I wanted that to be done, and we'll just work our way up through the house until we get everything done. But that's what I'm doing. So I contour my nose. Now, again, the controversial of people saying you contour your nose, that you want to make your nose look like you white. That's farther from the truth. No, I'm slender down because I have a nice sized nose. And it just looks really good if you just slendering it down just a little bit. It's not changing the width of it. It's just slendering it down just a little bit. So there's no need for you highlighting it and then you didn't do no contouring. It don't, to me, it doesn't look good. All that goes together. All of it is as part of the flame. It's a marriage. You marrying everything together. And so you don't have to, just say, well, the stars can look like this. You can look like this too. You just go find your makeup artist in your area, and they can do the job for you. So I allowed the concealer to dry down some so I can blend it out. And I'm using a damp beauty sponge. It's not a beauty blender. I got this one from the makeup show that I went to. So it's soft. Actually, I got to order some more to put in my kit, my makeup kit. And then I'm going in and just defining that little contour line again. And the color that I'm using to contour is, I think it's called Praline, and it's by Shea Moisture, which I didn't know that they had makeup. So yeah, whoop whoop to Shea Moisture. Yes, it's called Praline. It's a mineral powder foundation, but I'm using it as a contour because it's pretty. It's dark, but it's not a mist. It's kind of got like a warm, like a reddish brown. So that's what I'm doing. And makeup, again, practice makes perfect. I'm always practicing on myself. What you see on YouTube, people that that's a lot of editing, and then when they take the picture, they doing a lot of photoshopping, and the toon face and all that stuff. Which I'm an Android girl, so I don't have all that stuff, but I know we can do it. But I tried. What you see is what I took on my phone. I don't have all those apps that allow me to make my face look real snatch and almost make me unrecognizable. Doing makeup, you still want to look like yourself. You just want to look enhanced. And there's nothing wrong with doing it. There's nothing wrong with wearing makeup. My husband, he likes me without makeup and with makeup. So either way, you know, it don't matter to him. And I think a lot of times, you know, women don't want to wear makeup because, you know, their significant others say that they don't like makeup, but they will find themselves looking at someone with makeup on. So don't be tricked by that. You need that. If you incorporate, you need that. So what I just showed you, that powder is by Aesthetica. I think I'm saying it right. And it's a almost like a banana powder. So that, and I don't bake. I just put it on and I just go in and I take it off. And so that's another thing that open your eyes. It makes you look awoke. Now, a lot of people, they put the white in their waterline and really make their eyes look open, like they up and clear. And sometimes that don't work with me, but I'm gonna do it again. So, what is that? As you say, I love this little blush palette. It's a really bronzy, not so dark, and just to put some color. So yeah, so that palette is a really beautiful bronzing palette, and I got that from the beauty supply store. And I'm just bringing some color back to my face, and I'm going in and I'm setting it with where did I start setting it? Yeah, I'm going in with a LA mineral powder. I also got that from the beauty supply store, and I don't think I showed it in this segment, but I just went in and I like to use a big powder brush and to go in and just set all over my face, even knock down some of the setting powder. Now what you see me doing now, I have a mold. I do have a mold, but it's not as big, so I just kind of go in and enhance it. Every blonde Monroe has to have a mold. Yeah, you got to get it right, because if not, honey, that thing will look smeared. And so I'm going in and I'm using a black liner to line my waterline. And I'm actually hurting myself because I should have sharpened the eyeliner, but I was just too lazy to even get up and go and get my sharpener, but I made it work. So that's what I'm doing. I don't have bottom lashes, so I take that back. I do have bottom lashes, but they're so thin, so I don't use a mascara. I don't use a mascara at all. I just use the liner, and it do the job for me. And I'm getting ready to pick up another palette of mine. It's called a paint palette, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to smoke it out just a little bit with that purple. You'll see in a few minutes. I say in a few seconds what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to show you. But that palette is also available on my website. And I'm sorry, y'all. I really use my stuff. I really do. And right here, that brush that I'm using is a contour brush. You can find it on Morphe. I got that also at the makeup show. And it's a brush that will help you to contour. Like if you're going down the bridge of your nose, but you see, I use the end of the end of the brush, and to go in and put that purple on up under my waterline, just to kind of smoke it out a little bit. Now, don't forget now, fall, I don't care what it is, fall, winter, spring, something, you can do whatever you want when it comes to color. It got a little bit in my eyes, I'm sorry. So yeah, so purple is my favorite color, so sometimes you'll see me with I wear more purple, and also I wear like a pink or nude lip. I rather seldom wear a bold, dark look. A lot of time it don't look, to me, don't look as good, but I get a lot of compliments. So I don't know. I guess, you know, creature by habit. I just use what looks good on me, that I feel it looks good on me, on my lips. And two, I have to be mindful because I wear blonde hair all the time. That's platinum, and so certain colors I have to stay away from because it can clash, even on my eyes. Grays, like shimmer grays and stuff like that, it'll clash. So that is LA Girl Strobe Lite, Strobe in powder, and it is in the, it's called 20 watts. And so I'm using that as a highlight. It's really, really pretty. Really, really pretty for melanin girls. It's not too heavy. You know, you want to pop those cheeks out. You want to pop those cheekbones out. I love a nice cheekbone, defined cheekbone. My clients that have high cheekbones, sometimes, you know, what I do is I contour them to make them smaller. You know, so when they smile, their faces, it won't, you know, their eyes stuff won't get lost. Because sometimes people smile and they cheekbones are so high that the eyes will get lost. I've seen that. So sorry again. First voiceover, so I'm gonna make a few mistakes, but hey, YouTube ain't perfect. So I'm kind of, you know, see, I just went in and put that product on my tip of my nose and on my forehead. So when I take that picture, everything which is just pop, it'll just open up, and you see I'm using it on the highlights of my brow. See, it just popped it out just a little bit. And I'm going back in to make sure that my foundation and the powder and the contour, everything is married together. We became one. I'm cleaning off my hands. I'm using NYX matte finishing spray. Again, I like to look matte because I'm oily. I don't want to be dewy. I want to look matte. But to me, all of it seems to work the same because it doesn't stop the oil from coming through. In a couple of hours, I'll be back oily. I have to repowder, but I'm glad that those products are available, you know, for people to get at a very low cost. I'm going to line my lip, and this is just a brown liner that I really picked up at Walmart, and I think it was like 59 cents, and it's like a natural brown. Not very dark, just to enhance my lip line. So I'm getting it now, I'm getting it. Now a lot of people are overlining their lip. My lips are full. I did that look and I really didn't like it. It made my lips look, oh my goodness, fuller than what it was. So I like it like this. Now, a lot of people don't like their lip liner to show. I do. That's just your preference. Whatever your preference is, you do what you do that's make you happy. But I do that because it looks good on my lip. Sometimes, depending on what the shade is, I probably won't put nothing on. I would just use that product, but I'm going to use that product. But I'm also going to show you my liquid lipstick. And it's in the number 8. So again, you know, I'm a small business, so you know, you get the product, you know, then you can wait later to put the name to the product. So, but it's number 8, and it's like a pinkish nude, depending on your lip. It's gonna probably, it might just look like a lip gloss, or some, depending on how dark your lips look, it might look like a lipstick. It just depends. So now that, is that number 8? I think it's 8. Yeah. No, I take that back. I think that's 10. So they go from a different shade, from light, medium to dark in that color. So no, it was 10. And I'll try to leave everything in the description bar. And something, if I left out something on my next video, I'll correct it. But now, this right here is another little technique that I do to really make the lipstick look like a little nude. I took that same concealer, and I just wanted to look a little bit nude on my lip, not so pink. And I just used a little bit, and I just do it like, you know, put my lips together, marry them together, and it almost will give you an ombre look. And that is the finished look. Thank you again for watching the Blonde Monroe collection.